Hi, and thank you for joining me. This is an introduction to Google AdWords. What is AdWords? AdWords is essentially Google's ad platform, and it's segregated into two sections. The first one is the Google Search Network. When you guys do a search and you see results at the top with that little green box on it that says ad, have you ever wondered what that was? Those are businesses that are advertising inside the Google Search Network. The other one is the Google Display Network. Have you ever been to a website and then realized that, after your visit to that website, it was ubiquitously following you around, blog after blog, magazine after magazine? That is a feature of the Google Display Network, where Google is tied to millions of websites. And when you fit the customer profile that the business owner is looking for, the ad algorithmically follows you around. So, I'm a small business. Can I afford to be in the Google Ad Network? And the answer is typically yes. So first things first, why should you get into it? Did you know there are over 300,000 mobile apps that generate revenue by being partnered with Google? Did you also know that according to Google, 70% of people that execute a search call an establishment directly after they do a Google search? Also, Google searches have a 33% ad click share on mobile devices, and most importantly, 72% of businesses, regardless of size, will continue their Google ad spend after having tried it once. According to Google, a little over 3 for every 100 people that execute a search will click an ad. And the share of the click-through rate is higher when you're in position 1 because that's 7%. So 7 out of every 100 people that do a search will click the Google ad and see your product, which gives you an opportunity to convert. Now, 7 out of 100 might not seem like a lot, but taken into consideration, you don't really know how many people buy your product the moment they see your billboard on EDSA, right? Now, there are 1.2 million businesses that currently advertise on Google and over 1 million websites that are part of the Google Display Network. That's a lot of incentive to advertise on the Google platform. Now, if you think about it, millions and millions of pesos get spent on advertising on TV and other traditional media. According to Google AdWords, your opportunity, the chances of you being able to create a buyer from a potential customer is 54% compared to TV's estimated 1%. So, I'm not going to jump into too many statistics. I'm just going to tell you, from a fundamental perspective, how does Google AdWords work? It really works in two ways. A user searches, they find your ad, they pay your website a visit, and they could become your customers. That's operating under the assumption you've done the right things to engineer their experience. You should be able to convert them from awareness to close if the experience in your website is optimum. The other way the Google Ad Network works is through the Google Display Network, where you've got a visitor, they land on your website, a cookie is landed in their browser, they leave your website, and your ad persistently follows them around. Essentially, the only marketing strategy that is capable of executing persistence. So your brand, your product is there when your customers are ready to buy. Can you afford it? A visitor for Google AdWords can cost you anywhere from a peso to 400 pesos. And all of this really depends on your budget, your time frame, and the competition that you're trying to run after. That's really it when it comes to the basics of AdWords. My name is Bernard. Let's get digitized.